Hey guys, out here with the 360 LUNA Ultra here, just giving myself a little more wider view. I'll show you up on the screen here what I got. This is the way you can do have a more of a wide angle without the wide angle lens. Because I didn't buy the wide angle lens. I kind of wanted to save money. I'm like, you know, why buy the bundle that's $969? You'll spend $200 more for the $679 bundle. That's pretty much all I need. I don't need the extra battery. It gets about 2 hours-ish at 4K. And it only takes like 20 minutes to charge the thing up. So it's like, do I really need that bundle? Other than the ND filters, there's nothing in it really that I would need. Well, I can buy a Mic Air on eBay for 40 bucks. And then I can get the wide angle lens if I want it. Or I can just use a stick like this and it gives me that extra few millimeters like if I use the wide angle lens. But I'd like to get the wide angle maybe, and also maybe the ND filters and then the mic. That's all. Even if I add all those up brand new, I'm still not going to be at $969 or $979 or whatever it is. So for me, I thought it made sense just to buy this one, so I pay less for it, you know, and then I could just buy the accessories that I do need. The dynamic range on this camera is quite amazing, as you can see. It's awesome. And I just moved my stick out a little further, and I got a little bit more of a wide angle. So you can kind of see what that looks like. The sun's beaming on my face now. Just seeing how this is handling it. How is this handling it? Right? You go in the sun. Back in the sun. Come back into the dynamic range, baby. And look at that. See, exposure for the face. I love that. Like, at least you can see your face, right? If you're doing a vlog, you want people to see your face. But yeah. Anyways, this is a little bit more of a wide angle here. Kind of a little bit of a darker situation here in the shade. But if you wanted to do something like this to get a wide angle, you still can do that. All right, guys, so this is me holding it, hand holding it, just so you have a comparison with the wide angle when you're using this thing. Right? This is what it looks like hand holding versus if you put it on the wide angle via this thing. You know, it's still small when you fold it up, but it just allows you to get an extra, you know, 2 foot of reach or whatever. And it's still pretty light. It's just a little quick way you could do it if you're going to bring a little tripod anyway. Something small, you can still fit in your pocket. Then you could get a wide angle. But this is what it looks like without this on it. Yeah, guys, I know it's kind of weird. I got my slippers on, but it's a nice night. Figured I'd take a little stroll and give this a test. You know, and the beautiful thing about the Luna is you can do the wide angle, and then you can do the lossless zoom, and you can do the 60 millimeter. So now I don't have to, I can get that without just cropping in and losing all of my, you know, resolution and still be in 4K. I can do that with this 60 millimeter now. Sorry if it's windy out here again, if it's bothering the mic, but I'm sure it's not liking it much. But you can do the 60 millimeter and you can get the more cinematic shots. And you can do this in real time. Like, I'm recording right now. So I went and I changed the rule of thirds. And I did that, and now I can just cut, boom. And you can do all this. You can do the zoom. You can do change the rule of thirds. You can do all that tracking stuff while it's recording. And that's huge because you don't want to stop recording and go. Stop recording and go. Now I'm in the same position using the 6X. So this is the lossless zoom of the second camera. See, this is the cool thing. Like you can, and this is the cool thing. You could use the cropless zoom on the second camera as well. And now I'm at the 6X. So that way you can use this. Like I didn't even move, but it looks like it could be a different scene. You know what I mean? It's just, instead of just cropping in, and it's doing it all in camera and it's ready to go, and it just saves you time in post, and it lets you compose it the way you like to, with having a little bit better resolution. Now this is the 12X. Now this is a little too close for my liking. See, the 12X, now I'm way back. You know what I mean? I'm way back. Let's see if this pole messes it up. It seems to still be tracking me. You see, it gives you all these different options. Like 12X probably doesn't look that great, so I'm not going to stay here long. But, you know, it gives you all the options in one camera. It's like having almost like a APS-C mirrorless with a zoom lens that you can control with a remote control. Which, why haven't they come out with that yet? Just saying. But there is a problem here, guys. What happens if you lose this transmitter, this receiver, right? Because if you lose this receiver, you're in trouble because you cannot control the camera at all, right? It's like having a TV, this big expensive TV, and if you lose the remote, there's no way you could operate that TV. It ain't gonna do no good. So that could be an issue. That's just one of the things that a lot of people aren't talking about. Like, that's a big thing. Like, one thing about the Pocket 4 Pro, or what's going to come out now, you can pre-order it now, is the Muse Pro 2 or whatever, Muse 2 Pro. Anyways, that comes with a little remote, which is, I think, would be a great way to do it. So hopefully Insta360 will come out with accessories in place of this, that you can either maybe even have a bigger screen. You can, because I don't want to use my smartphone. You can do that with both of these cameras already, but I'd rather have something that's just instant. That's what makes this, a big deal. You can do everything you can do on the camera, you can do right here. But the problem with the remote on the DJI one, it's half the size. So I don't know how that would fare. But at least if you lost that, you could still operate your Pocket. You wouldn't be able to do that. You lose this, you're out. So hopefully they come out with some accessories here, and even some add-ons, right? Because having that, that interface could allow some cool add-ons, man. Think of some of the cool things they could add to this thing. It's just, this thing is kind of chintzy, to be honest with you, as far as like quality-wise. I mean, if I dropped it, you feel it might break, right? So you got to be careful with it. If you did drop it, you might be in trouble. But just some things I wanted to bring to your attention, just some interesting things about it that are kind of my cons. It's a pro and a con at the same time. Hey guys, one thing I wanted to bring to the attention of someone that was doing a video, they said, oh, but the zoom is slow. When they zoom in, they were like, you got to go all the way through. If you're using it like this, and when you zoom in, you got to go through it. And no, you don't. If you just tap the zoom button, it'll go instantly to the 2x, right? So it'll go boom, right to the 2x, boom, right to 3x, boom, right to the 6x, boom, right to the 12x. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit there and just do it like this and slowly let it pan through. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that if you don't want to, although you can. But I just wanted to throw that out there too, in case you heard that and you were misinformed. Also wanted to mention that the updates keep coming for this thing. Like every time I turn it on, like every other day or every day, it's got another update. So that's cool. At least they're keep adding and correcting, and they're working on that. So that's cool. And another thing is the transfer speeds are awesomely fast on this thing. So it saves a lot of time. That internal storage, I just wish it was more. Oh, and one last thing is I love this case. Like this DJI, come on, man. I don't know what their Pocket 4 Pro is going to have, but this case is awesome. Like, I had to buy a separate one to protect my case in the Pocket 3. But this thing is great. It protects it. At least it makes it feel like if you drop it, at least might get cracked, but at least it'll protect your gimbals and stuff. One last thing too, guys, is I love the case for the Luna. Like, it seems like such a small, stupid thing, but man, when you put it in there, it's like, okay, it's encased, it works good. I don't have to worry about it, but it's a much better solution. Like, at least you don't have to buy a good separate case. Like, that's kind of frustrating when you pay that much for something. You're like, okay, now I got to buy a whole other case because this thing ain't even going to protect what I got. But it sounds kind of nitpicky, but this case is nice. It does protect it, and this is what Pocket 3 I had to buy a separate one. So let me know in the comments below what you think. What do you think about this camera? Are you gonna get it? Do you got it? Or are you gonna wait for the Muse 2 Pro and give that one a shot and see what that's like? Because I kind of like to get that and kind of compare it and see. Because if the screen is, this is the game between this and the extra lens on there, it makes a big difference. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think.